schizophrenic flow. Bishop, Malaki love. Bitches hate me, but they all home. Fuck a nigga, roll out. Banging from the Kansas City, start telling the fall out. Now riding with this Simpson, I medically it's a shootout. Fuck these niggas, pussy. Strap they fucking lining up. Real niggas, they get cash. These bitch niggas love cash. Fucking all that baby shit. Fucking with his real rap. Fucking with his real stars. Hell in the field, hell in the seats, hell in the trains. Coordination. Let me tell you something about me. I'm already known from plugging niggas on the street. I'm all Will Blackstone, but got a few GDs that'll put you in your knees. Fucking with the G. Maniac. I go hard in the motherfucking pain. What you thinking, nigga? I go hard in the pain, nigga. Go hard in the pain. What you thinking, nigga? Vice Lord. Throw 'em up, Vice Lord. Yeah, Stone Lord. It's all weird. I kill a few little kings and put a lock on your forehead. Leo Harris dead, Monterey, till it's bloodshed. California, second home. Real blues and real red. 23 with mission. He rises to the forehead. Real cheap, my leader, and Larry Hoover. I see them all, yeah. They don't wanna see us just the numbers. Fuck them all, yeah. Murder up close, murder enemies. Illuminati killers, I'm all in the guillotine. I swear I die for my niggas, I ride for my niggas. Fuck them all, one nation, nigga. Don't fuck with a nigga with that bullshit shit. Get your ass kicked, nigga, with some flesh kicks. I goes hard in the paint, nigga. I goes hard in the motherfucking paint. What you thinking, nigga? I goes hard in the paint, nigga. I goes hard in the motherfucking paint. What you thinking, nigga? Maniac, outlaw, maniac, outlaw. Damn, under the capping, bombing like a racket. CNN overreact, yeah, like niggas ain't being capping. They CNN, but scared as hell to touch our street traffic. They know we keep it cracking, we keep them pistols clapping. Real nigga them speakers, fuck having a feature. What's the use of having a feature if niggas cannot beat you? If niggas ain't even an equal, so many niggas let me kill her. Good, I go hard in a paint, nigga.
What up, Chris?
I goes hard in the paint, nigga. I goes hard in the paint, nigga. What you thinking? Hard in the paint, nigga.
Give a few more minutes. See if Frank gonna pop in real quick.
Something to play with. Go and find yourself a toy. Baby, my time is too expensive, and I'm not a little boy.
Big facts, big facts, big facts.
If you are serious, don't play with my heart, it makes me furious. But if you want me to love you, then baby I will. Girl, you know I will. Tell it like it is.
Hey.
Don't be ashamed. Let your conscience be your guide.
Yes,
but I know deep down inside of me, I believe you love me. Forget your foolish pride. Life is too short to have sorrow. You may be here today and gone tomorrow.
All right.
You might as well get what you want. So go on and live. Baby, go on and live. Tell it like it is. I'm nothing to play with. Go and find yourself a star. But I tell it like it is. My time is too expensive, and I'm not your little boy. Tell it like it is.
We're gonna go one more. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. What you want?
Yeah.
This one?
Hey man, you already know what this is, man. Up South Music, Commonwealth State, and you already know what you listening to, nigga. King and the Prince, Volume 1. Show you something what it is, nigga. Hey, nigga, deep on the pretty go. Hey, pick up the block so hot, man. Trying to duck coppers. Say the best town, so we gotta duck binoculars. These for the haters, just in case they try to stop us. Brand new choppers, we beefing like the Whopper. Connect bullshit and he ain't give me no feedback. Niggas need work, phone ringing off the meat rack. First question in the hood, nigga, where the weed at? I got that there, he said, yeah, man, I need that. Florida Crip Hydro, plus I got the purple. Nigga, you ain't heard, damn right, I can serve you for the low. Hell yeah, I got the dirt too.
All right, Chris.
Boy gang, keep them chips in the circle. Bang, bang, bang.
Bring 3 of them with you.
White tee, key, G, Nikes. Haters don't like me. Chain blank, earrings. I'm so icy. You do the wrong thing, nigga. This ain't Spike Lee. I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy, nigga. I'm a genuine boy.
Okay, I hear you.
I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy, nigga. Genuine boy, nigga.
What you say, Liz?
Genuine boy, nigga. I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine
Go ahead.
boy.
No.
Okay.
I'm from the home of niggas like Jackson. Quick to stab the brother in the back
For change.
and as a youngin', I was taught the game. Used to watch my daddy while he cut that cane.
Oh.
The way it kinda fucked my brain. Niggas smoke trees trying to crush that pain. Grew up around cheese, niggas half insane. I was Lil Tremaine when they
Had no name.
trying to tell you that I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy.
Okay.
I'm a genuine boy.
Yeah.
I'm a genuine boy.
Let him
Genuine boy, I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy. I'm a genuine boy.
Let him know.
Genuine boy, nigga. I'm a genuine boy.
Let him know.
I'm a genuine boy.
Let him know.
I'm a genuine boy.
Let him know.
Genuine boy, nigga.
All right. Okay, I hear you. I hear you over there. That's what's up. Give me a high five on that. Got me a backup singer when I decide to get back into music. No, I'm just playing. All right, y'all. So let's get it popping. Ant, you there? That's all right. He'll catch up. Oh, man. How everybody doing today? Hopefully it's well. Got me a little Little co-host over here. That's what's up. That's what's up. Today's topic. Let's get right to it. Today's topic is Chris. I don't know if you made it back yet or not, man. We'll see in a second, though. Today's topic is exposing secrets of the courts, the devil's advocates. Quick rundown. It says, you ever wondered why when you have an attorney, you still manage to get shafted in court? Today's episode, I'm going to explain to you how and why this happens and teach you how to save thousands of dollars in attorney fees and court costs. That part. Yes. Going into the court with an attorney. That is your biggest mistake. When you first off, when you go to get an attorney, you guys ever notice let me ask you this. When you get an attorney, right? How do you obtain this attorney? What is that called? When you obtain an attorney, what is that called? Yes, very good. It is called retaining. You retain. You ever notice that you retain an attorney and you do not actually hire an attorney? Doesn't matter how much money you pay him or her. You don't actually hire them, you retain them. By definition, retaining means to, kind of like how you retain water, it means continue to have something, keep possession of, absorb and continue to hold a substance. Like prime example, when you retain water. However, when you hire someone or hire something, to hire someone is payment for labor or personal service, wages, the act or an instance of hiring. Okay. So I hear you very, very low, very, very low. Say that again, Ant.
No, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So again, like I said, you retain an attorney, you do not hire them. Jamie, you said it's all about money. Ooh, if you only knew, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Court costs and fines are ridiculous. Absolutely 100% they are. However, they are not necessary. So I did a little research. I am currently, I'm sorry.
Look, when it's on there, it's black.
When you are lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. So currently right now I'm dealing with a court case. For those who don't know, those who do know, the plaintiff in the case has an attorney. They're, as they call it, lawyered up. I myself, they keep trying to push the envelope, but they don't like the fact that I opt out of it. I am representing myself, which is called par se. Oh, that's you. I'm like, where did I hear? All right, that's you. I'm hearing little ones, and I'm like, all right, there's only one here. Okay, so I did some research. Watch your feet. I don't want to roll over any toes. Okay, you got enough space over there?
Yeah.
You sure? I mean, you can come over this way. I don't bite. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. This kid's gonna be a star. She all about this little camera time. So came across this book. It's a legal, if you will, a legal encyclopedia. Um, with my dealings with legal issues, I've learned that the legal issue, I'm sorry, the law itself has its own language, which we as citizens do not, well, as alleged citizens do not speak that language. So did some research, found a book. It's called Corpus Juris Sectorum. Okay. Volume 7, which, like I said, is a long story short, it is a legal encyclopedia. So again, that's Corpus. You guys can look it up for yourself. Corpus Juris Secudorum, Volume 7. Attorney-client, Section 4. Okay. Office of Attorney Admission to Practice, page 707. It clearly reads, first duty of an attorney is not to the clients. Here it is in their own book, black and white. First duty of an attorney is not to the clients. It says counsel must remember that they too are officers of the courts, administrators of justice, oath-bound servants of society. So they're up under oath. Just like when you go in and they swear you in, they too are up under an oath, just like police officers. They swear and take an oath, just like doctors. But they're up under their oath to uphold justice, not to assist you, but it goes further. Oath-bound servants of society, that their first duty is not to their clients, as many suppose, but is to the administration of justice. That to this, their clients' success is wholly subordinate. That their conduct ought to and must be scrupulous, observant of law and ethics, and the extent that fall therein. Goes on to say, they injure themselves, wrong their brothers at the bar, bring reproach upon an honorable profession, betray the courts, and defeat justice. So there it clearly states in this book, again, that's the Corpus Juris Secudorum, Volume 7, Attorney-Client, Section 4, Office of Attorney Admission to Practice, page 707. It clearly states that they are not for you. They are for the state. They work for this. Not for the state. I'm sorry. They work for the court, or they work for their fraternity. Okay. They're up under a pledge. They don't care about you. They're not there to assist you. A lot of people do not know this, but when you're in court, if you watch enough court shows, you've probably seen it. If you've ever been in court for whatever reason, you've probably seen it, didn't realize what was going on. If you're lawyered up, if you're not lawyered up, one party's lawyered up or whatever have you. Sometimes the judge himself will say, or the magistrate himself will say, all counsel approach the bench. or sometimes you'll hear the attorneys ask for permission, Your Honor, permission to approach the bench, and they'll go up there and they'll take their little recess, or we're gonna table this until further notice. We're gonna have court adjourn. Pay attention after that gavel slams down. Hey, John, you want to meet for lunch? They sit up and negotiate terms of what they're going to do with your case. Hey, if you give me this on this case, John, I'll give you this on the next one. Ah, man, I don't know. I'm trying to make bar. They sit up and bargain on your shit. It's a game. It's even in the wording. Again, like I said, we don't speak that language. However, if you pay attention to some of the terms in which are utilized, like I said, it's a game, and you're a piece of this game. That's why it's called a court. Sometimes you'll hear, which I've heard it 1,000 times over. Well, Mr. Wright, the decision is yours. The ball's in your court. It's interesting. So they're passing it around, strategically trying to make specific moves for a specific outcome. Essentially playing a game with your life or your freedom, or whatever the outcome. Is it necessary to retain an attorney? Absolutely not. It is, in my opinion, and from what I see, very foolish to retain one. There's nothing that an attorney can say on your behalf that you can't say for yourself. And one thing for sure, two things for certain, depending on the nature of the situation or whatever you're in court for. If you go and tell your attorney, hey, go and ask for I want to try and get it down to single digits, see if we can get it down to 5 years. You're gonna approach and he's gonna speak. Right. I see you over there, Chris. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna talk to you about that in a second. So when they go in there and they get to speaking on your behalf, this attorney, this lawyer is not going to say the same. He's going to say exactly what you said you wanted to say, but he's going to put it in his own words, right? He's not going to say it with the same passion or conviction as yourself, because this is your life that hangs in the balance, not his. At the end of the day, he get to go home, or she get to go home to their wife, their kids, you know what I'm saying, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Hell, he might be going home to his dog. But nonetheless, his pockets are fat. He goes home to a hot shower, gets to eat, put his head back, watch the news, play the game, whatever he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? So why give these people thousands of dollars for something that you can do for yourself? That part. Chris says, yeah, they use maritime law as well to confuse us. Okay, so Chris jumped the gun, but since you want to go there, we're gonna go. So, especially public pretenders. Okay, public pretenders are, or as those who have never been in any legal issues or had any run-ins with the law. What he's referring to is a public defender, okay, which is a self-appointed or not a self-appointed, I'm sorry, a state-appointed attorney, okay? A lot of times they're just starting out in their practice of law, fresh graduates or whatever have you. They are nowhere near the bar or past the bar. So before I get to your maritime, Chris, so when you go into a court, the first thing that the judge is going to do when you first come in, they're going to say, all rise. They're going to make you stand up. I generally don't stand up. They're gonna say, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth? They're gonna swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Which tells you that this is based off of a Roman Greco Christian based ideology. I myself, I do not take their oath. I let it be known up front that I am not a Christian. I'm not with your little fuckery or whatever have you. But yeah, I'm going to speak and acknowledge the truth to the best of my ability. There we go. That's how I pretty much do it. After that, the next thing that comes into question is he's going to ask you. He's going to say, he or she, the magistrate, will ask you, "Can you hear me, Mr. Wright? Can you hear me?" And a lot of people don't know how to answer that question. A lot of people will say, "Yes, I hear you." It is at that moment that he has locked you in. When you answer that question, it is not about whether or not you can hear or if you're listening, or it has nothing to do with audible sound at all. That question is based off of what jurisdiction this man is or woman is going to try you up under. What series of law this man or female, this judge, magistrate is going to judge you, try you up under. So as Chris mentioned, you have maritime law. All right, maritime law, which is so maritime law is not for us. Maritime law is basically law of water. Okay, that is where the banking falls up under. So you have the maritime law, the law of the land. You have natural law or God's law, which is where you want to be, because this is where you will find that you will find actual justice, because this is where they actually treat you as a human being, because you are no longer acting as a part of the corporate body. Okay. You are no longer up under the jurisdiction of your straw man. Which is, for those who don't know, it's essentially like it's an overlay. So the straw man represents the corporation. Okay. Natural law is for basically where you will find your sovereign citizens and those who have a bit more knowledge of how the law operates. So you have maritime, the law of land, maritime law of land, God's law or natural law, and then you have corporate law. That's the one that you do not want to fall up under, because this is the one where they're gonna fuck you over. The only way that you can actually, that's the jurisdiction that they want you up under, is the corporate. Up under the corporate, they're no longer acting lawfully, but rather policy or legally. There's a difference between policy and lawfully. It is against the law. It's not lawful to have our own slaves, but it is legal to have slaves or enact slavery. Seems kind of crazy, but yeah, it's like I said, it's all in the wording. Under corporate law, this is where they want you, because this is how they can actually, in order to be, once you are being tried up under the corporate law, that's where they can do the taxation, and this is the only way you can try a slave. So essentially, this is where they want you The only way you can be taxed is a citizen cannot be taxed, only a slave. To break it down in layman's terms, I'll use myself. So I've been here for 8 years. I own my house. Okay. I have the deed to my house. I just recently found out about this, so I'm in the process of changing that. But I have the deed to my house. So if Antoine pulls up to my house and he's on some tomfoolery, and I tell him, "Hey, man, get off my property," right? The police pull up. They apprehend him for trespassing. It's not trespassing against me. It's the same reason why when the police pull up, you can't tell them, "Hey, get off my property," because technically it's not your, well, not technically. Legally, it's not your property. Even though when you bought the house, and you have the deed with your name on it, it is not your property. It's going to say how many acres the house sits on. Pay attention to what I said. How many acres the house sits on, but technically that is not your property. If it was your property, for that matter, you wouldn't pay a property tax every year. So you don't want the deed to your house, because the deed to the house is actually just the building. What you want is the arbitrary deed. The arbitrary deed, or if you think about in terminology, which I always thought was a made-up ass holiday, but here it starts to make sense to me now. If you think about Arbor Day, which is technically National Tree Day, again, there's that natural or nature arbitrary. This is the deed that you want. When you have in possession, which they're not going to teach you this, they're not going to tell you this. When you have your arbitrary deed, it all is a package deal. When you have the arbitrary deed, then you no longer pay property tax, because now it is yours. No, not a land deed. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, Chris. Not the same thing. No, sir. Not the same thing. With a land deed, they still can come take your land from you. Arbitrary deed is you acting as a natural man and not a part of this corporation. It's all a name game. All right, it's all in the wording. You go in there because it's not called. All right, so you're a little bit familiar. You're a little bit more in tune. So we're gonna match wits here. Let me break it down to you, right? So when you know about the laws of the land, but a lot of people don't know about the laws of the sea or the law of the water. Okay, this is where your maritime laws come into play. Okay, so if you think about it, I said the maritime is the banking, right? Follow. You keep your money in the bank, right? When you're out to sea and you come up and you dock, that's where you get your words, your documents. You come up and you dock up against what? The land bank, right? So if you go in your pocket and you pull out a 1, a 5, a 20, a $100 bill, right? And I say, okay, well, what is that? And you're gonna say that's money. I said, nah, that's not money. It starts with a C. What is that? You're gonna say, oh, that's currency. 100%. Yeah, that's currency, right? Keyword currency. In the sea or in the water is where you find the flow, the current, and you want your money flow to be consistent. Just like when you're in water, you're traveling down the stream, right? Along the current. When you if you think about it, right? You think about it. It's not a boat. It's called a ship, right? And the ship is out to sea. It's out to port. And then it's coming down various channels, coming down, and it's gonna go in. It's coming down the currents. It's riding the currents, going down out through sea, and then it's gonna come in. It's got a product, right? So that it's going to deliver. So this is where coming down the canal, the birth canal, the water bursts. You are going to dock your ship up against the bank. And this is why ships are always referred to as women. The maiden voyage of this. Oh, she's every vessel. Think about it. Women. They have a birth canal. They are the vessel. They carry the product, right? So when the product is being delivered, right? You get to a factory and they're going to say, okay, well, what is this? And they're going to have a manifest, right? This is the only place where you will find the fellow or the man in any reference when it comes to. So, excuse me. You got the product that's being delivered. This is the product. Okay. She came down the birth canal. You feel me? So that's where your maritime all come into play. Be mindful of the wording, because the thing about this is, like you said, you go in there and say, oh, look, I want the deed to the land. Oh, they don't give you the deed. And as soon as you don't make that payment, or as soon as they see something, Chris, where are you at right now? You in Youngstown? Hmm? Waiting on. He's got a message down here. I'm waiting for him to respond. Chris, you in Youngstown? Okay, so perfect. So you're in Youngstown, right? If you think about this, right? You in reference to that land deed, right? So think about over there on the south side, right? You notice how you see that revitalized project revitalized, they steady buying up this, that. That was somebody's property. How you getting it? You see what I'm saying? Because somebody didn't have an arbitrary deed, or somebody didn't have, case in point. Perfect example. For some odd reason, you move out of your house. You can't sell your house. And it just sits vacant. It sits vacant. And then eventually what happens is, I work for the city. We're going to come. I'm a third-party contractor or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? Contracted out by the city. We're going to come and level the building, which you own. We're going to come level. We're going to come level the establishment. And then we're going to charge you X amount of money because we came and leveled your shit. But you don't have the land, though. Now we didn't took over the land after we didn't level the shit. Charged you X out the ass to tear your shit down. And then we're going to start building on top of that land. But in your mind, that's your property, right? because that's where your house was at. They don't teach you that. Just like they don't listen, they don't teach us a lot of shit in school. They teach us all unnecessary bullshit. They don't teach you about financing or finances. They don't shit. How they ain't teaching these kids how to write in cursive, let alone how to manage money. They did it to my house too, Chris. They ain't level my house, but they was on my ass about shit. I was struggling and shit. I got my shit together though. Took me some years to do it, but so yeah, they leveled. I had two houses. I'm sorry. One house was directly in the back of the house that I live in now. Two different houses, two different addresses. I wasn't even home. They leveled my house, my other house. My Ring doorbell happened to catch it because the house was in my backyard. So my Ring doorbell happened to catch it. So I'm flying back over to the crib like, yo, what the fuck is y'all doing? By the time I got over here, they was loading up, getting ready to leave. They didn't haul none of this shit away. They just left it there. So at the time, I had a Chevy Avalanche. So here it is. I'm slowly but surely just trying to, piece by piece, haul this shit the hell up out of here, right? So then some months go by. I get a $7,000 a bill for $7,000 from the state talking about I owe them $7,000 for destruction for demolition of the fuck you mean? I ain't ask y'all to level nothing. Where did you even get where did you get the idea? How is that legal? It was my like I think I'm just gonna hire a contractor and I think I'm just gonna go level the mayor's house. How about that? Yeah, that's what I feel like doing. Or maybe I'll go hire a contractor and I want them to go level Mahoning County's the Mahoning County jail or the courthouse. I ain't got the, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no clearance for it, you know what I'm saying? But like shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't own it, but shit, I don't like the way it looks. I want it gone. Where the hell you do that? You ain't got no consent, no permission, no nothing. And then you gonna tax me for it. Nah. So we banged it out. They end up paying for it. They teach us. They did that to my dad's house. They teach us to work or go to prison. They don't teach us to work. They teach you to slave. And unfortunately, it's thousands upon thousands of people that are content with that. Yeah. Myself personally, I have not worked. I have not been a part of this corporate world. I have not been a part of this corporate world for about 6 years. However, let the record reflect. I do get my money legally, and I do get an income tax return every year. That part. The same way that the social elite do it, I figured out how to do it too. So that's how I live my life. I mind my own business. I stay within my own legal parameters and I keep it pushing. Anybody who's willing to learn, holler at me and we sit down and we have some discussions. $7,000. Yeah, I don't know where they come up with these numbers and shit neither, man. I really don't. I tell them get it like Tyson shit. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they didn't if you didn't give them consent to touch anything. Nah, we ain't doing that. See, like, all right, so like this Project Revitalize thing. Let me show you how to that's a 2-bit scam too. So what they doing is they come around, they're supposed to cut the properties that are abandoned, right? They come around to these houses on the lower income, what you would consider the hood or whatever have you. Oh, we're just trying to beautify the hood. I don't live in the hood, but shit, you know what I'm saying? For those who believe I do, shit, cool. It keeps your ass the fuck away from my house. Awesome. So, so what they do is they come around where I live at. Currently, I have one neighbor. That's it. All right. When I first moved in, I had one neighbor and they were elderly, and then they moved out, and then I had none. But so in my area, it's a lot of elderly people, retired. What they do is they come and sneak and cut your grass, knowing that, okay, well, this person is retired. They probably can't get out, grandson or the kids out of town or don't live in the area. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to it when I get to it type shit. Grass don't even be stupid high. But they come and cut the shit, right? With their little funky ass zero turns. And then they bill you $150 each time they cut it. So they cut it this week. They'll be back in about a week and a half, cut the motherfucker again. Right? But the thing about this is the bill you're not getting in the mail. This is how sneaky these bastards are. So each time they cut it, they billing you $150 and they put it on your property tax. Now, they put it on your property tax. Now, a person who's retired, they're living off of retirement funds or a pension, right? But eventually it's just gonna get exhausted, right? So what they doing is they don't know what the hell going on. They just, oh shit, my shit went up. Oh, all right, well, I gotta pay it. They just write a check. Eventually you're gonna exhaust all these damn funds, right? So now you can't pay the damn property tax. And here they come on some sneaky shit. Now your house got a lien on it, motherfucker, and it's in foreclosure. Then they can come and say, because see, they want the land, but they can't legally come and tell you get the fuck out of the house. So they backdooring these people and taking their property from them. They thought they was gonna do me that way too. You got me fucked up. I fight for mine. Anything that I got, I'm gonna fight for. You feel me? So that's essentially what they doing with this Project Revitalize bullshit. They trying to make it out like, oh, it's a great thing. They beautiful, man. It ain't nothing beautiful about it. Quiet as it's kept. I normally don't tell people this, but quiet as it's kept. Those who know me know the story. But they was at my house down there every week, putting little papers on my goddamn taping it to my door and on the side of my house and shit. You got 30 days to pay this. 30 days you got to fix that. If you don't get the fuck away from here. So it got to the point where I went down to City Hall and I'm like, yo, look, I need to talk to somebody down here, just and the third. So my aunt called me. She called me one day. She said, hey, how you doing? I said, I was irritated because I had just snatched one of the damn papers off the house. And I was telling her what was going on. She said, why don't you? She said, call your cousin. I said, call man. I said, who? She said, Tito. I said, who the fuck is Tito? I don't know no damn Tito's and shit. Well, here come find out Tito's actually the mayor and shit. Well, he's my cousin. Don't know him, this, that, and third, whatever have you. So like, I said, well, how do I get in touch with this dude? Because if I try to go, she said, well, here, call your uncle. Talk to him that way. So I called him. I says, hey, man, check this out, man. I say, look, this is a situation. I say, first off, man, they put me in a pickle trying to backdoor squeeze me, some old gigolo 2-bit squeeze and shit. I say, man, I said, I wasn't even behind on my property tax. I said, man, but here you gonna come with this old $7,000 ass bullshit. I said, man, ain't nobody calling people, telling people to come over here and touch nothing. Oh, well, cause that's just politics and da-da-da. I said, all right, check this out, man. You gonna do something about this, or I'm gonna force your hand. What you mean? I said, man, listen, I'm telling you right now. I said, everybody know where you park your car at. I said, I'm gonna politely come out there. You're gonna get off work. You're gonna come out the motherfucking city hall. I'm gonna be leaning up against your car. As soon as you come out, I'm gonna two-piece the fuck out you right there. Beep, pop, beep, beep. And they gonna come arrest me. And I ain't gonna run. And then they gonna come and talk to me with the guy. Man assaulted the mayor of Youngstown. Da, 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 da. And then they gonna want to talk then, because when I was talking before, they weren't trying to hear me. But now I'm gonna force your goddamn hand. I told them, I say, they gonna ask me, I'm gonna say, oh man, it's just a family dispute, it's my cousin and everything. They gonna want to talk then. Oh no, we can't have that. Hold on a second. Oh, we can't have that. We can't have that. Man, I'll see what I can get done with shit. You put that on speed dial. Yes, ma'am.
Can we continue playing the game?
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, I ain't get no hug, no kiss. See, kids don't even love you, man. That hurts your feelings, don't it? All right, mama. Let's see you in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta watch that bullshit, man. Thing about it is you gotta be willing to fight for yours, take a stand, and not can you get it? Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta I'm on daddy duty. Oh. Oh. There you go, baby. You're welcome. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Okay. All right. Me apologies. I'm back. Oh. So yeah, man, you gotta be on top of that shit, man. They gonna try and muscle you around and all that type of silly ass shit. But as Axel Foley, aka Eddie Murphy, said on Beverly Hills Cop, I ain't gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. That part. No Diddy. Shit, that's crazy. Oh man. They cut the grass and charge for that's exactly what I was talking about. 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Shit. We got a link. I need to. Oh shit. Man, shit. Hit me up, man. If you get my number from Mirandis or hit me in the DM, I got you. Either way. Jamie says, look what they did on the east side with that chill can plant. Yeah. The people that wouldn't sell, they took their house for that company, and that company took all that grant money and dipped. Hell yeah, they did. Oh man, yes they did. There was some grimy shit. Hey, you know what? On some real shit, I don't know where Aunt said, but Aunt can kind of relate to that too, because that's kind of what happened to our grandmother's house, which essentially forced her to relocate in St. Louis. Bruh. What I tell you earlier, isn't that illegal for them to do? One or two things. Golden rule says he who has all the gold makes all the rules. Now, with that being said, is it illegal? Probably not. Is it unlawful? 100%. So, with that being said, now you got to learn your laws, and that's how you fight. Yeah. Think about it, right? Let's do it this way, right? You got you a wife. You get married. You jump the broom, whatever have you, or she hit you across the back of the head with it. One of the two. But nonetheless, you are now connected. You got a ball and chain, right? As they call the wife. The other half. We ain't gonna say the better half. With that being said, right? I now pronounce you man and wife. You may now kiss your bride. Look at me now. I's married, I say. You are legally married. Legally married. When you take your vows, it says nothing about legal. It says, do you take so-and-so to be your lawful? And it say shit about no legal. They like to play with words. Casting spells is real. She like you boring. I don't know nothing about that. No, it's called eminent domain. Eminent domain. Again, I'm going to say this again, right? The domain sits on they shit. So when they want they shit, you going to pay them they shit. They're going to be nice about it and say, hey, look, we'll buy you out. But if you say, no, I'm not going nowhere. Okay. You're going to leave and you're going to find that bulldozer run through your damn house, eminent domain. And then if you don't know how to fight, if you don't know how to fight, waste of breath, waste of time. 100%. 100%. But yeah, I wanted to share that. When I get new information, I be learning new shit. I like to share my knowledge with people, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people out here that don't be knowing and don't know what direction to take. The wheels be spinning and shit, and they be like, what do I do? Ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. And Jamie, what you're speaking on, you said no, it's called eminent domain. Just so for clarification, so those who don't know, you got it backwards. Eminent domain refers to the power of the government to take private property and convert it into public use. So that's what they're exercising is eminent domain, which is what I was explaining to you. If you don't know how to fight that shit, because like I said, you own the building. If you got the deed, you own the building, cool, but the building is sitting on their property. You don't own that shit. And the thing about it is most of us don't even know it. I for one didn't know it. I just recently learned it here within the past year. So like I said, that's my next move. Is to and for those who don't know, this arbitrary deed is not exclusive to it's not exclusive to your home. It's anything. See, in this country, right? Truth be told, this is the thing. People like to be so patriotic and say, "Oh man, America's the greatest. We get to own this." We don't own a fucking thing here. I said it. I'm telling you what God love. I said it. Whoever don't like it, don't want to agree with it, look it up for yourself. We don't own nothing here. Your house can be taken from you. Think about that. You bought the house, you own the deed, you pay property tax. You don't pay property tax, they put the lien on your house and take your house. But you own the house. You got the damn deed, right? But because you're not paying on the property that it's sitting on, they take the house. Now make that make sense. Make that make sense. Because I'm not paying. They didn't say we was going to take your car. They didn't say they was going to take your car. They didn't say they was going to take your kids. They didn't say they was going to take They didn't say they wanted money. Okay, well, we're going to give you, we're gonna double, like if you don't pay your gas bill, your utilities, right? Which never makes any goddamn sense. If my bill is $50 and I ain't got $50 to give you, or I'm late on this shit, how you fucking gonna charge me $75? Motherfucker, if I didn't have $50, what the fuck make you think I got $75? That never made any sense. Like, that shows you that. Now you want to ask questions, right? Ain't that fucking extortion? You squeezing me for something that I ain't got. And they gonna tax me even. Make that make sense. But back to the point. So you own the house, you got the deed. You don't pay the property tax, they take your house. That shit don't make no goddamn sense. They ain't say you had to move. They said we taking your house. So essentially, the government is your landlord and they evicting you off of some shit that you bought, but allegedly you bought and you claim that you own it, but obviously you don't if they can take it. Chris, you got a PlayStation 5 over there, right? You bought that motherfucker. It wasn't gifted. You paid for it. You bought it, right? I'm coming over your house. I'm taking your PS5. It's my shit now. How the fuck does that? How's that work? You paid for this. You got receipts and everything. And I'm just going to come and take it. That's crazy. Before the colonizers came, the land was free. Shit. Before the colonizers came and after the colonizers came, it was free. Fact of the matter is, motherfuckers is just pacified and go for any goddamn thing and say, okay, well, shit, first off, where the fuck did you even listen? We're the only species on this fucking planet that pay to live here. How the hell does that work? That's exactly what it is. Zara's right. It's called stealing. You wasn't born here, first off. Your motherfuckers discovered some shit, right? So you come over this motherfucker goddamn in what was it? 1492 and discovered some shit. I come over here in 1842. I said 1842. I come over and discover. I see Chris clearly standing on the shoreline, and I'm coming over here in 3 boats with a bunch of rapists, felons, and some other shit. If you actually know your history, if you actually know the true story. And then I say, oh, look what I discovered. But Chris ass clearly standing there on the goddamn shoreline, like, who the fuck is this? And what is that? That he bringing up, like, what's all, huh? But I discovered this motherfucker, right? And then I come over here and steal your shit, murder your people, rape your women, put you motherfuckers in goddamn jails or prisons, enslave a large amount of y'all, invoke fear in the remainders of y'all, and say, keep your ass over there in that corner and don't look, or else. and we call it a reservation, and hey, everything good. So then you own this, you own that, you own this because you were here. And that's how my stupid mind works, is that you own it realistically when you said it was, it's everybody's. Like you believe in it, you're spiritual, right? And Jesus ain't got shit to do with this shit, but you're spiritual. Because I got Jesus on my side. So so I tell you, oh, okay, well, you was here. Here, take these $2, and I'm gonna purchase New York from you. And whatever other goddamn colonies, which we now call the third, was the 13 colony. But yeah, that shit, man, that shit was free before we got here, meaning the colonizers, and it's free now. But motherfuckers don't want to stand up and fight for it. If you stop paying these motherfuckers that goddamn money, Chris, where does money come from? Jazara is very correct. It is stealing. The whole government was built off the lies, corruption, murder, and 100%. Damn right. Christopher Columbus' whole crew was prisoners. Exactly. Prisoners of where, though? Christopher Columbus himself wasn't a prisoner. He was actually the side piece to Queen Isabella. That's why she sent his ass on that voyage. Truth be told, if you know the whole true story, he went to the King Ferdinand, and he was like, "Man, I'm not giving you no this mother." She cleared she gave him the money and told him go ahead because the gig was up, and she was trying to save his motherfucking life. Look, you need to get the fuck up out of here. So she gave him the money. Get these ships. Well, what about a crew? She said, "Shit, you better take these ships. You go find you a goddamn crew." So his crew actually, he sailed down to Australia. Australia was actually a British prison colony. They used to take all the prisoners and just drop them off over there. It was like I don't know how old you are, but if you've ever seen Escape from New York, it was just like that. Kill or be killed, survival of the fittest. Get down how you get down. So he went over there because I trust and believe it's a long goddamn swim back to anywhere from Australia. So he get over there. Hey, this the deal. You want off this motherfucker? Hell yeah. Cool. I'll get you off this motherfucker with one condition. Y'all gonna be my crew. Y'all gonna man my goddamn ships. Shit, say less. Let's go. Christopher Columbus now has a fleet and now has a crew for the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. All convicts, rapists, murderers, and some other shit. Welcome to America. That was a fun history lesson. Moving forward. Shit. Let me see what we got here. Jamie say, someone convinced people to pay to live on Earth. Best con man ever. Shit. Okay. You're right. My question is, someone like who? And it kind of shows you, with that being said, just how foolish or how naive or how stupid people are. We've all heard the adage that says, or the saying that says, money don't grow on trees. I beg to differ. Money don't grow on trees. That's the biggest bullshit I ever fucking heard. What is money? What is money made out of? Paper, right? So every time I step outside of my damn house, I see money everywhere. That go to show right there, just to show you just how foolish we are. We be talking about, oh, well, we point X amount $1 trillion in debt. How? They cutting down trees left and right around this motherfucker. I ain't seen a lumberjack, but they slinging the shit out of the motherfucker. Yuck up. Trees falling by the dozens. Fuck is you doing with these trees? Man, if y'all don't print up some goddamn money, nah, it ain't made out of cotton. It's made out of trees. But nonetheless, if it, why y'all can't pay off the fucking deficit? Ah, shit. Chris, cut it out. Chris say money is just pictures of dead white men. Ah, shit. So, in all fairness, right? Chris, cut that shit out, man. So, Chris say money is made. Chris say money is money is just pictures of dead white men, right? Family portraits, basically. Here's the problem with that, man. Yes and no. Because most countries, including America, didn't start out with paper money. We started out with coins or mints, right? So it was allegedly precious metals that they grinded up and pressed up, and then they had the coins. But the problem of the matter is, here's the thing. Okay, let's say it was made out of precious metals, whatever have you. What made these what made it precious? Penny was made out of copper. Nickel was made out of nickel or silver. Everything else was made out of silver. Every once in a while, you had some gold coins. All right, but what made it precious? Oh, well, shit, man. We ain't got no more silver. The silver's running low. The gold is running low. Okay, so go crush up some fucking rocks and find something else to make it out of. Problem solved. What the fuck what's the issue? Realistically, if you want to be honest, money is a downfall of man. I ain't gonna say money. Money led to the corruption of man. Before we had a currency, we operated off of what we now know as the barter system, and it worked. In that time period, if you said, "Hey, look, man, I need some cake batter." All right, cool. Well, I need some tobacco. All right, cool. I give you some tobacco, man. You give me this cake batter. All right, bet. Swap it out. But before we did, the deal was signified with a handshake, right? And in that time period, because it was the man who did all the dealings, and this is where you get the concept or the saying that a man is only as good as his word. But now that we've got currency and people have gotten away from that, motherfucker word ain't about shit. And even the money ain't worth nothing. It clearly states on the bills that this is This is legal tender of no monetary value. So essentially what it is all the currency is just a promissory note. It has no value to it whatsoever. And none of it's backed by anything. It's not backed by gold. Bruh. Dollar bill ain't worth shit. It's the concept that makes it valuable. We over here fighting and killing motherfuckers over a tree. It's like it would be like me and you shooting at each other over a dime sack of weed. That's $10, right? That's what the fuck we fighting over. Makes no sense whatsoever. None. He said, "Man made it precious." What man made it precious? Shit. Somebody told you that was precious, and everybody went with it. The deficit isn't real. It's some shit that they made up so they can get the picture of the dead white men from us. All right, so the deficit, here's how the deficit works, man. So the deficit actually, in all actuality, the deficit works like this. Prior to, it's not our deficit, but somehow along the lines we fall up under it because, and this is why we are slaves, because now it helps to pay off because we are not citizens, we are a commodity, or as the term, the Jewish term is Goya. If you've ever gone to Amazon, I'm sorry, if you've ever gone to Aldi's or Save a Lot, and you go in and you see like the little they call it the ethnic section. You'll see the brands of Goya. Goya means livestock. So that's how the Semitic, notice I said Semitic and not the Jews, the Semitic people refer to us. The word is Goya. We are Goya. So the deficit works like this. Originally, we were owned by Great Britain. Let me back that up. Originally, it was all one body. It was Britain, right? Ruled by the hierarchy family over there. Queen Victoria, et cetera, which trickles down to Queen Elizabeth, this, that, and that. Buckingham Palace, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. So the citizens there didn't like the fact that they felt like they were being illegally taxed. Taxation without representation is what they called it. Fuck this shit. We ain't going for this shit no more. Fuck this shit, man. Man, this shit ain't fair. So they loaded up Puritans. They loaded up and they sailed and brought their ass the fuck over here. Plymouth Rock, Mayflower, right? You know the story. So they get over here. They settle in. Start setting up their little colonies. Many voyages back and forth. Correspondences, letters and shit. Benjamin Franklin been back and forth going, giving speeches and seminars for the Queen and this, that, and the third. Basically telling the motherfuckers how great it is over here. So then they came over here and it's like, hey, yo, what the fuck? We're gonna hard press your ass over here. Yeah, you still belong to Britain. Britain say you got me. I mean, the colonists say, man, y'all got me fucked up. It's funny how they recognized by the time the British got over here, they recognized that, hey, it's more of us than it is of them. Shit, we're gonna fight back. Now, don't get me wrong, they didn't have no fighter jets where they could fly their ass over here and be here in a matter of hours and shit. But it took some months or some years to get their motherfucking asses over here. They got their little ships. They set up their little forts and all this monkey ass shit. You know the stories. Somebody said, "Okay, well, shit, nah, man. Order decree of the king. This is what it is." King George said, "But man, fuck King George. We ain't getting down like that." So we had the Boston Tea Party and shit. You know the skinny on that shit. Toss that shit out there in the goddamn river and shit. Fake it like y'all us and shit. Blamed it on us. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Revolutionary War. Francis Scott Key writes his raggedy ass piece of poem, which is now the national anthem. Fuck him too. America is now born. We start signing these documents. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be our own country, blah, 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 skip the woo woo. So the thing about it was we still had to pay Britain compensation, right? It's just rules of war, I guess. If you think about it, every time we go over and bomb a motherfucking country abroad, you shot a fucking missile over there, blew that motherfucker to hell, killed some kids and everybody over there. And we ain't got nothing to do with this shit, but we all got our nose all in their goddamn business. And then after you blow them motherfuckers hot to Kingdom Come, you say, "Oh, well, here's a couple $1 billion. Go on, rebuild your shit." What the fuck? What'd you do that for anyway? You see what I'm saying? So that's where the deficit comes from. So the deficit has never been paid off because England said, "All right, well, shit, you know, we gonna triple tax you. We gonna squeeze your nuts for real. Let me show you how this works. We want our money plus interest plus some." So America says, "Okay, well, we're a young country and we don't have the money. So what we gonna do is we will pay you off the backs of our citizens. Our citizens will be collateral." So that's where it comes off that we are slaves. If you look at your Social Security card, first off, when you look at the front of it, you look at the number. That number is tied into the Treasury, right? That's an identification number. I'm sorry. You flip it over, there's a number on the back. That number is written in red that symbolizes the blood of a human being. That number, if you take that Social Security card and hold it up to a dollar bill or any paper dollar, it will match up with the serial numbers. It may not be the exact serial numbers, but you will see it will literally match up to the serial numbers on every dollar bill. That signifies that that number that you are tied into, you are a bond. That's a bond. You are tied into the Treasury. With that being said, if you that bond, if I don't remember the exact number, it's a couple thousand or it might even be $1 million. I don't remember exactly. But if you take that number, you can cash that bond in where we start fucking shit up. You start putting shit in your kid's name. You start buying this shit. You start signing on every time you sign your goddamn Social Security number on some shit. If you notice when you're doing your taxes, they always say, or certain things, applications, they'll ask for your Social Security number or your EIM number. So I got it backwards. I'm tired right now. So anyway, it's tied into your taxes. So therefore, that is the number that you're supposed to be using and not the social. Every time you use the Social Security number, you pension money out of that month, pension money out that month, pension money out that month. Well, when you pension out of it, kind of like the 401k, you got to put this shit back. So when you can't put the shit back, you're in debt. And the 13th Amendment says slavery is abolished with the exception of outstanding debt or incarceration. So if you're steady using that social security number on every goddamn thing, pinching money out of that purse, pinching money out of that purse, pinching money out of that purse, and not putting nothing back into it, well, technically they own you. Yes, that part. It's a lot of games that they play, man. A lot of games that they play. Jamie says U.S. currency paper is composed. Are you still on this shit? Composed of 25% linen and 75% cotton, with red and okay. These are the new bills. We're talking about overall the currency when they first started this shit. The first dollar was made out of paper. Paper is made out of trees. All that extra shit. Okay, well, take a lighter to it. It's gonna burn all the same. Last time I checked, cotton was a plant. That's a tree. And you said it was 75% cotton. It started for stones. Stones are good for casting. Man made it precious. Some fool made it precious. I mean, realistically, to me, a rock is a rock. It don't matter how shiny it is. You see what I'm saying? When you have that mindset, instead of trying to covet what a motherfucker, oh, look how shiny it is. Oh, look at that diamond. Okay, so what? It's a diamond. It looks very nice. It's all right. It's chemical properties of it and the hardness of it. So fucking what? It's a rock. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a shiny rock. You know what I'm saying? We need to go back to that system, and maybe these dumb kids would know something. Yeah, well, shit. In order to do that, gotta eliminate some shit. And people ain't ready for that discussion yet. All right, Jamie, I'm not even sitting up here gonna play with you back and forth. Some white dude said it was precious, and everyone said okay. Essentially, that's what happened. Some inbred white folks, bro. Technically, at one point, they all were inbred. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that came from a royal family, the ones that are calling the shots, they're all inbred. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You're kings of England, you're kings of Norway. If you're a Christian, it says the kings of the earth, etc., etc. They're all related. You know what I'm saying? Whether inbred white folks or ignorant black folks, ain't nan one better than the next, bro. Because they all doing the same shit. The inbred white folks. Okay, let's go with that. The inbred white folks is calling the shots, right? And then your ignorant niggas or your ignorant black folks, however you want to word them, they stepping and fetching like Amos and Andy. You get what I'm saying? So you can't be mad at them. They only doing what you allowing them to do. Like Kanye West said about the slavery thing, man. At some point, you got to take accountability for it. And you know what? That's a hard pill to swallow, real shit. But that's some real shit. That's some real shit. If I come over there and punch you in the mouth, you ain't just gonna let me get it off. You're gonna swing back or try to whoop some ass or pick something up and bust a motherfucking head. So you gonna make a point to say, look, nigga, you're not gonna get this. What is you doing? Okay, so what happened? What happened? You want to say, okay, we came across on the boats. Let's go with that. Which, you know, I'm not saying you, but that's what a lot of people believe. Okay, all right, let's go with we came across. It was, I don't give a fuck how many chains and shackles and chokers you had around your neck. That becomes a weapon in the hands of a warrior And let's keep it $1.50. We don't know how big these boats were, right? But let's go off of what the general concept of what they showed us, right? There's some big motherfucking boats. And they had us loaded up on that motherfucking the way it's told. But let's keep it real. If you had us loaded up on it like that, shackled and on the lower decks and all this type of shit, ankle to wrist and ankle to foot, head to ankle, and well, goddamn it, there was more of us on that motherfucker than it was of them. Okay, shit. You shot Kunta and shit, or you shot Ungata. But let's be real, we all know how the motherfuckers work. You only got one shot with the motherfucker. You mean to tell me? So you shot one motherfucker, and we all said, "Oh, hold up, okay, get the fuck out of here." Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even equate. It don't even equate. He said that's what you call keeping the money in the family. I mean, shit. That's how they generate generation. That's how they keep generational wealth, and they keep their foot on everybody's neck and everybody else in line. 100%. And we can sit up and talk shit about it. But the thing about it is, in all reality, they've proven that it's quite effective. I'm gonna say like this, right? The only person that hates a motherfucker that's got money, or hates on a motherfucker that's got money, is a motherfucker that don't got none. In other words, what I'm saying is this. They got all that power and all that influence, and they over there cracking. They the ones winning. If they making all the rules, they got all the money. They kids ain't got to go to. They don't go to school. When the last time you went to school with a Rockefeller? As big as their family is, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. As big as their fucking family is, there's not a motherfucker on this planet that has gone to public school that can ever say they went to school with a Rockefeller or had a classmate. And I don't give a fuck how old you are. I'm 45. Shit, you can look. You can ask a family member that's 90 years old. Man, I ain't never had a classmate that was named Rockefeller ever. So clearly they got their own curriculum. Nah, that's not why we talk shit about it. We talk shit about it because we mad. The fact of the matter is, motherfuckers ain't mad enough. We talk about it, goddamn me, in hopes to wake motherfuckers up to do something about it. That's why we talk about it. Shit. Real shit. Nah, they ain't homeschooled. Maybe you missed earlier when I said the golden rule. He who has all the gold makes all the rules. They ain't homeschooled. They making all the goddamn rules. What is the homeschool when they write all the curriculum for schools? You might have missed that show. When you get some time, go on YouTube, Twitch, or go on the Tell It Like It Is channel and look up the episode where. Hold on one second. I'll tell you exactly which one it is. All right, you want to look up the episode that is called Yeah. Where the hell is it? It is called fan request, loyalty, open discussion when it's too much. Damn, was it that long ago? It's called, here it is right here. It was on April 15th. It's called Hiding in Plain Sight, Exposing the Rockefellers. Go back and check that one out. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's yeah, man, it's a crazy world in which we live in, but oh shit, excuse me. When you get some time, there is a guy, there's a guy on I used to watch him a lot on the Gaia Network. His name is Jordan Maxwell. The Gaia Network is kind of expensive, so if you don't have that, it's understandable. Um, I recommend though. I recommend that you look him up on YouTube. Look him up on YouTube. Dude is dope as hell. Um, on the affordable side, what type of TV do you have at home? What type of TV you have? Um, Here, we could do this real simple. If your remote control looks anything like this, give me a thumbs up in the let me hold that up so you guys can see that. It's just a Roku TV remote. That's basically your TCL, your on TV, some of the Philips TVs. But if you have a remote control like that in your home, put a thumbs up in the chat section real quick. Yeah, if you have a Roku, hit it, put a thumbs up in the in the chat section for me. I just want to see something. Anybody at home that has a Roku TV, thumbs up in the chat section for me, please. Bum 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 bum. Yeah. All right. That fixed that. Said that's what it means, yeah. And I say, yeah. And I'm like, hey, how the hell am I supposed to lead? And I say, yeah, yeah. Oh, that is the link for the merchandise store. If y'all want to check that out when y'all get some free time. 1 second, I think I hear. I thought my ankle biter was out the door again. Nope. Oh man. So if you have a Roku channel, a Roku channel. If you have a Roku TV at home, in fact, I'm gonna try and walk you through this so you can see this. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Damn it, man. So if you have a Roku TV at home, go to your home menu when you get some time. Go to your home menu. Oh shit. And scroll down where you can search for channels and type in give me 1 second. Hold on, Lyric. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry. So go to your homes go to your home screen where you search channels. You scroll down and it says search. And you're gonna type in the search channel in the search bar Truth, TRUTH, Tide, TIDE. This is very, very informative. It's a channel, it's a free channel. Basically, it's like Gaia, but free, affordable. And what you would on there, you're gonna find something of everything on there. It's basically it's very, very informative. You can call it conspiracy TV or whatever have you. It's very informative. Like I said, covers all type of subject matters from COVID topic, COVID issues, Pizzagate, the Illuminati, secret societies, UFOs, the occult, hollow Earth theories, pretty much everything that you've might have been curious about. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, what's this? What's that? What's that? What's this? Go check it out. You won't be sorry. Just being completely honest, when I first started watching it, so when it first came out, it was called Burrow. Like going down in the rabbit hole. And then they changed their sponsors and this, that, and the third. Same content, same type of content. It's different sponsorship. But when I first started watching it, it was introduced to me, and I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll check it out." I was on Gaia, and I was a zombie on there. Perfect for insomniacs and nerds, quantum physics, etc., geeks, people that want to know insides of politics and the bullshit that's going on behind closed doors, this, that, and third. But anyway, so I'm sitting there Right, right. So I'm sitting there, I'm sitting on the couch, right? And I turn it on, boom. I'm sitting there and I'm going through looking at the different categories and shit, right? And I'm like, wow, okay, all right, cool. So I settled in. I'm like, all right, man, I'm just gonna start on something and boom. Man, listen, I'm sitting there watching this shit, and I was so sucked in. I was just so sucked in, uh, sensory overload of information. To the point where like I literally sat on my couch and did not move off this couch, but to go to the bathroom and come back for 3 days. I didn't eat nothing. I think I had a couple bottles of water or whatever have you. But I literally did not move off my couch for 3 days. Like I was so sucked in, like, oh, um, that's just the type of person that I am when it comes to knowledge and information. Um, so yeah, check that out. I think you might like that if you're into uh, learning new things or trying to understand or gain a deeper understanding of what's going on around you and critical thinking. I'm gonna say it that way. If you're a critical thinker, definitely check it out. Um, I don't know, man. So yeah, check that out. Check out Jordan Maxwell, like I said, and also shout out to my brother Mandrake on this one, man. He's the one that actually put me up on him. Uh, this guy right here, and I tell you what, I fucking love him to death. Uh, Billy Carson, check him out. And so the latest guy that I'm kind of I don't know, man. I'm impressed with this guy, man. 100%. Like he blows my mind. Like I didn't realize how brilliant this guy was. We all know him as an actor, and so like when you see him, you're like, oh man, this old country bumpkin ass, you know what I'm saying, Lucius Lyon ass, you know what I'm saying, come on, man. Come on, Cookie Man. Everything is man, Torrance Howard. So I got up on this dude, man. This motherfucker here is so fucking brilliant. And then like when you're hearing him giving his seminars and shit, right? You don't hear none of that man, and to the point where I'm sitting there, I'm listening to this cat. So the first few times I'm listening to his seminars, I'm half-ass paying attention because I'm listening for this mane to come out of his mouth, right? And it never does, right? And then so eventually I stopped listening for it. Like I'm sucked in on the information that he's delivering, right? I'm like, damn, this cat here, wow, this dude is deep, man. Like, and it really gave me a newfound appreciation for this cat because it showed me just how much of an actor, how good of an actor he actually is. And I said, man, dude, yes, dude is fucking brilliant, man. Straight up, dude is fucking brilliant. I'm like, man, this cat here is off the chain, man. Like, I don't really do audiobooks, but I said to myself, man, because dude, he deep as shit. Like I'm gonna have to put these headphones on, right? I'm gonna start putting my headphones on and closing my eyes and go to bed. Listen, let my subconscious take this shit, man. Dude raw. And I said, shit, yeah. He definitely fooled me, man. He fooled me, and I don't know who else is brave enough to acknowledge the fact that they were fooled too. This cat, yeah, quite a few of them. This cat here, and that's why you don't see him acting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude is building a particle accelerator, and he's developing a machine. He's developing a machine. I forgot. Basically, it works off of frequency. All right, and this is him and his doctor are developing a machine. When you turn it on, it's almost the equivalent of turning on a music box. You're gonna go into this doctor's office or wherever the fuck it is, wherever they mass produce this damn thing. You're gonna be able to go into your doctor's office, and they're gonna, the government ain't gonna let this shit slide. Turner's gonna get knocked for this shit, but you're gonna turn on this machine, and it works like a music box. You're gonna walk in this motherfucker, and this motherfucker gonna cure all your ailments from cancer to full-blown AIDS off of frequency. I was watching this last night. Me and Mandrake was talking about it. I sent them the link to it last night when we was talking about it. Man, this dude here is amazing. Amazing. And I'm like, this cat here, man, like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you, right? I don't give a damn about seeing him in another movie ever again. Because I see him in a different light now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, listen, I love his movies. He's got some great movies. Some great movies. But if I don't ever see his ass in another movie, goddamn it, shit, I wouldn't be mad. I'd tell you what, I love watching his seminars. This motherfucker is amazing. Amazing. Hats off to Torrance Howard, man. Straight up, real talk. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. 100%. Yeah, he definitely got to keep his head on a swivel. Because there's a couple patents. There's a couple patents that he had that they tried to steal from him. And he like, shit, I ain't having it. You got me fucked up. So they trying to, first they tried to buy him out. He said no. So then they tried to steal his shit. He said, man, you got me fucked up. Shit. So yeah, he better keep his head on a swivel. Tesla invented a way for free energy, but we pay for it. So fun fact, Tesla didn't invent that. He kind of stole the technology and he brought it to the forefront. Tesla was a dude was a fucking genius. Don't get it fucked up. However, a lot of his knowledge he got from studying the Egyptians. He just understood how to decipher and how to replicate it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the people who was doing the, I ain't gonna say discovered, but was doing the little, we found this in the tomb of King Tutankhamun. They didn't know how to decipher this shit. Tesla was over there like, what's the, okay. And so he was able to replicate the shit and understood the science. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't actually invent the free energy. He knew how to replicate it. 100%. Dude was whoo-wee. I'd listen, hands down, I'll take Tesla over Einstein any day. And don't get in my comment section because I ain't going back and forth with you. That part, man, straight up, for real. I'd take Tesla hands down over Einstein any day. Shit. He said Tesla died broke and married a pigeon. Hey, Tesla, man, I tell you what, there was a mathematical genius, though. That part you can't take that from Homeboy. He was a genius. Boy, he was a G. He stopped doing movies because during Hustle and Flow they wanted him to beat the one girl. He said no. They played him on that movie. Yeah, I mean, shit, they played him on that movie, and realistically, I mean, Hustle and Flow was actually the prequel to fucking Empire, if you look at it for real. But I mean, shit, and Empire, that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? But shit, like I said, and he had some his filmography, dude has some fucking amazing movies. But if I never see him in another movie, I wouldn't be mad. As long as he keep doing what the fuck he doing, I'm a satisfied customer. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a satisfied customer. But if he quit movies and just think he gonna sit back in the shadows and not do nothing, shit, man, listen, I'm gonna start penning that nigga. Hey, fuck is you doing? We need to see your face. Straight up, shit. Chris said he built the machine, is what I meant to say. Oh, yeah. So you talking about the Tesla coils? 100%. Yes. Again, that's a replication of the mastery of what transpires inside of these pyramids. You know what I'm saying? It was something I was gonna say. Don't even remember, man. Don't even remember. So again, to reiterate, recap the topic. Your attorneys, paralegals, public pretenders, your lawyers, and I see that I only got 2 viewers, and it's kind of disgusting. I feel like realistically, every black man on my friends list should have been in on this one, tuned in at some point or said something. But hey, it's cool. Chris, this is why it is the way it is. Because who is that generally retains lawyers? Not normally women. The corporate America and us. Especially if you're out here in these streets, you keep a lawyer paid up. Here's your opportunity to learn something. Have gained some insight on what's really going on around us, around you in this world. And only 2 viewers. That's sad. But like I said, for those of you who don't know, again, the attorneys do not work for you, whether paid or court appointed. Their obligation, their loyalty sits with the court system. Sits with that bar. Again, I'm not going to read it again, but if you're interested in looking it up for yourself or reading it for yourself, you will find the information in the book. It is called Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7. Again, that's Corpus Juris Secundum, Volume 7. Attorney and client, Section 4, Office of Attorney Admission to Practice. It starts on page 707. Check it out for yourself. You'll find it there. I don't remember if I actually touched on it, so I'm gonna do it real swiftly. The way to dodge court cost. So a lot of people may not know this. It is not mandatory that you actually go to court. Yeah. Today you're gonna learn something. It is not mandatory that you go to court. Again, like I said, court is their domain. It is a game, 100%. The key to winning a case is to take the ball out of their court and put it back into your court. And the only way to do that is to take it out of the court system. In order to do this, when you receive this little bullshit right here in the mail, a little funky ass shit like this, and they tell you, oh, you got to be in court on such and such a date, blah, skip the woo. When you receive one of these, you take this, you copy it, you write a letter to your attorney general of your state and tell them that you do not wish to go to court anymore, that you want to handle court outside. You want to settle court outside of the courtroom. They have exactly 2 weeks to respond. If they do not respond in a timely manner, the case will automatically be thrown out. So trust and believe they will give you a speedy response. They will grant you, because this is your right, they will grant you the ability to settle out of court. That does not mean that, okay, well, if you da-da-da-da-da, so this other party, now they have to negotiate terms. You're your own acting judging body. So they can follow the paperwork that they want. It's going to come to you in the mail, whatever have you. But now you are acting as your own judge. So therefore, you have to come to an agreement. If you can't come to an agreement, the case will be dismissed. It has to be thrown out because there are 3 things that are needed to solidify a case. You need understanding, acceptance, and consent. If these 3 things are not present, the case cannot move forward and it will be thrown out. There you had it first. There you hear it first. For those of you who do not believe or understand what I'm saying, please look it up. Do your research, do your homework just like I did, but you will find it to be true. With that being said, no, I am not an attorney. No, I am not a paralegal. No, I am not a lawyer. I don't claim to be one. I'm just a human being who did his homework. A human being that understands that there's a difference between legal and lawful. And I understand that and I operate as such. As it said, you must know thy enemy. How can I fight them successfully and win if I don't know their laws? So my advice to any and all of you, start sitting back, studying, start reading. Learn the laws. Learn the difference between a law and a policy. Learn the difference between what's lawful and legal. Once you start learning these things, that fear will be lifted. Walk with your head up high. real quick. Let me see what y'all got to say, and then I'm gonna get up out of here. 100%, Jamie. Know your rights. Uh, Jamie says no one wants knowledge; they want the shit show. That's 100%. But I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. My name is Sincere. Uh, not Jerry Springer. So if that's what you're looking for, Steve Wilkos or whatever the fuck you're looking for, man, shit, hit Gossip TV. I ain't the one. Chris says corporate America doesn't obtain lawyers, they obtain attorneys. There's a difference. 100%, brother. 100%. It's a game. That's why they call it court. Yes, sir. Jamie, you are absolutely correct. Know your rights. If you don't know your rights, then you don't know yourself, what you're fully capable of. Think of it like knowing your rights is like an instruction manual. Yeah. You got this body and you don't know how it fully operates. You know what I mean? Hey, you gotta move with it and groove with it. Hey, yeah. But yeah, man. It's been a pleasure. I want to thank y'all for tuning in and learning something with me. Hopefully you guys learned something from me. Like I said, don't take my word for it. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I gave you all the information. Play it back, study it, do your own research. You know what I mean? For those of you who haven't or weren't that didn't tune in, you missed a good one. Hopefully you guys catch it on the replay. If not, maybe it'll blow up after I'm dead or whatever have you know what I'm saying. That's usually what happens, you know what I'm saying? Is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't gonna lose no sleep over it. Real talk. I'm just doing my part. Reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see behind me, what they say, Mason of all people, man. Real talk. You see it? You see it right there. One time for the one time. I rep one nation, and I mean that shit. One time right there. Y'all see it? And I mean that shit. All right. The link to the merch store is inside where you can get your mugs, your hats, clothing, apparel, bags, etc., etc. But yeah, man, knowledge isn't power, it's how you utilize the knowledge that you have. You know what I'm saying? Albert Einstein split an atom, something so minute that he couldn't even see, but couldn't tie his own shoe. You know what I'm saying? So, knowledge is not power. You have all the smarts in the world, but if you don't know how to apply it, she's just goddamn fool. It's one to grow on. All right, y'all. Love y'all. One nation. One. Oh, hold on. Question on the floor. Chris say, real quick before we dash, got another topic for you. God and the devil, same person. It's the alter ego. Whoo-wee. Hey, listen, you came to the right place because I'll definitely do it for you. I just got to get on my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All my. I don't like to speculate. But I definitely pop it off for you. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely open up the floor for dialogue. You know what I'm saying? We definitely chop that one up. 100. All right, bro. Good night, y'all. Sincere the Prodigal Son signing off.